Attachment stems from your ego. Your ego is the thing that takes these external things and makes it part of your identity. And why does the ego do this? Because we don't feel secure within ourselves. We don't feel whole by ourselves. And so what the ego does is searches for external things to try to fill that void. But the thing is, the void can't be filled with external things. And that could be a person, money, a partner, family, possessions, anything external from you. It's something that the ego can grasp onto to build up your identity. You're identifying that person or thing as part of you, or they're fulfilling something that's within you, whether that be with security or it's making you feel loved, anything, you're making it part of you. So anything that we say, I, mine, my, anything that we say like, oh, that's my car, oh, that's my phone, oh, that's my clothes, everything, we're identifying it as part of ourselves. Subconsciously, we make that thing part of us. And that's the thing with the ego. The ego will take all these external things to make you feel like you're worth more. But the thing is, all external things are not permanent. And so what happens when those things leave or something happens to them? We get hurt. And so we cannot depend on external things to fill a void within us. Because subconsciously, we believe that the more that we identify with, the more that we are. Think about it like this. A person who has a lot of cars, or someone who wishes to have a lot of cars, or wishes to have a lot of money, or wishes to have a lot of clothes, or wishes to have the best partner, they think that the more that they have, the more that they will be. And so they're trying to find these external things to fill that. But when you place your worth on external things, your well-being is now dependent on the state of these external things. Whether that be your partner, your possessions. If something were to happen to it, you feel as if something has happened to you. Because you've identified it as part of yourself. Subconsciously. You need to realize that anything external from you cannot complete you, and it will never complete you. And most of the time, when we feel like something has completed us, and then that thing leaves, for example, or something happens, you don't feel better until you replace that thing, which means that you're still using external things to fill the void. The reason that the ego does this is because we don't know that we are whole by ourselves. We don't know that we are not the external things. We are not our job occupation. We are not our partner. We are not the state of the financial state that we're in. We are the consciousness behind all of our thoughts, the awareness behind all of our thoughts, behind this identity that we have. And until you realize that you are whole without these external things, you will never be fully fulfilled, because you're going to be continuously searching for external validation, external security, external love, and you'll never fully be secure because nothing external is permanent. A lot of people think that you could just be attached to a person, but the truth is you can be attached to anything. I could be attached to this water bottle. It's my most favorite water bottle. And then when I lose it, I feel so hurt because I have made this water bottle part of me. And so when that water bottle gets lost, I feel like I've lost a part of myself. If you were to know that you were whole without this thing, you would not be anxiously attached to it. You would not be in fear all the time of losing it, or when that thing leaves, you won't be devastated, because one, it never belonged to you to begin with. And let's say that someone happens to insult this external thing that you identify with subconsciously. You will feel hurt yourself as if someone's insulting you. When they're not insulting you, they're insulting the water bottle. And so this can apply to literally anything, including your body, including the color of your skin, the way that you look, your weight, everything about your external body. It cannot define you. It is not you. Your body is not you. You are the consciousness behind your thoughts. You are the awareness. experiencing this experience. Until you realize that nothing in this external world can define who you are or define your worth, you will continue to feel dependent on the state of these things, determining how you feel, determining your own mood, because you've identified it as you. No matter what, nothing external from you can add to your value, whether that be a person, money, job. Nothing can add to your value that's external from you. You gotta choose to value you. And you gotta choose to love you, because all you really have is you. And everything else is temporary. And this doesn't mean to not care, but rather to not base your entire being on the state of this thing, to the point where your mood and the state of your mind is dependent on the state of that thing. You need to become so grounded in who you are, because once you know that your cup is full, you will not be searching for other things to fill it. And you will not be affected by external things either. Another thing I want to say is that you don't actually want that thing that you just are so attached to and you just can't live without. You want to feel the emotional experience that you feel when you're with that thing or when you have that thing. In terms of a relationship, you're not actually attached to the person. You're attached to the feeling of security and love that they provide for you. So if you feel like you're anxiously attached to this person, you're not attached to the person itself. You're attached to the feeling that you get when you're with that person. And so just becoming aware of that will help you to realize it's not actually the person, it's the feeling. And the thing is, once you realize that you are in control of your own emotions, that's when you free yourself from relying on these external things. Nothing can control you but you. Another thing is whatever energy that you put out, whatever frequency you're emitting, is exactly what you're going to get back. And so what is the frequency, what is the energy of attachment? It's fear, it's being needy, it's being anxious, it's being desperate. If you're emitting that energy, you're only going to be given reasons to feel that way. And what I mean by you're only going to be given reasons, I mean that you are going to give yourself reasons to feel that way. Your mind is just going to confirm the thoughts that are already there. You feel like you're desperate, you feel like you're needy, your mind is going to give you reasons to feel that way. Your mind is going to give you reasons to feel that you are not secure, that you need to feel needy, that you need to try to get something or try to cling on to something, because it'll make you think that you don't have that thing. The energetic state that you're in is that you don't have that thing. That's the frequency that you're operating in. That's why if you ever notice that when you stop being needy, the thing that you're trying to get, the thing that you're so needy for, so desperate for, it comes back around, because you're not embodying the energy of you don't have it and you desperately need it because you don't have it. And so you can see this with money, or if you're trying to get somebody and then you're being too needy and they just back off because they're just not into you for some reason, it's because you're being needy, you're being too needy. And the energy that you're putting off is that you need them. And so it's not till you focus your energy back on you and that you are secure and whole by yourself that's when those things come back around. All feelings and emotions are a result of your consciousness, of your level of consciousness and your state of mind. You need to be able to feel those emotions within yourself, by yourself, because nobody gives these emotions to you but you. It's your state of mind that makes these emotions. Once you realize that you are whole and you don't need that external thing to give you that emotional experience that you actually want, then you won't be relying on these external things. And so what we need to do is we need to give ourselves that emotional experience that these external things give to us. If your thoughts are the cause of your emotions, then how can we change our thoughts to experience the emotions that we want to experience? First, you need to find the beliefs that you have about yourself and pinpoint which negative beliefs you have of yourself and transmute them into the true beliefs. So when it comes to attachments, it might be, do you feel insecure? And does this person or does this thing make you feel more secure? Do you feel as if your life is not important and this person or thing makes you feel as if you are important? Do you feel like you're not worthy and you need validation from external things? You need to figure out what negative beliefs you have of yourself and consciously choose to transmute them into the truth, which is that you are whole by yourself. You are not, nothing can define you. Nothing externally can define you. And until you realize this, you will forever be continuing to search for this emotional experience externally until you choose to give it to yourself. Nothing outside of you can determine your worth or who you are. And that is the trap of this entire game of life. The trap of money determining your worth, the trap of your partner determining your worth, the validation from your parents, the validation from your job. This thing that we're identifying as part of us, we're making it determine who we are as a person, our worth. So back to the ego thing, I mentioned that family is not you. Even though they're your blood, they are not you. And so sometimes when parents tend to feel unfulfilled and they feel a void, they will project that feeling onto their child to get them to succeed, so then they feel as if they have succeeded because they have identified that child as part of them. And so if that child succeeds, they succeed. It's all subconsciously to boost their ego and their identity, to say, oh, her or oh, him, yeah, that's my child, they're successful, da 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 da. It's the same thing. But this is not with all cases. Obviously, there are parents who love their kids and they just want them to be successful. But I'm talking about the parents who are just so strict. You have to do this. Oh, you have to show your aunties and grandparents, whatever. It's the ego. It's the identity boost that they get from that because you are their child, aka you're part of them. And so that's what they're projecting. Until you realize that everything is an illusion and that nothing can add to your value and that you are whole by yourself just because you are not this body, you are not anything external from you, and nothing can determine your worth because nothing external from you is you. That's when you'll be free from these attachments, from these false beliefs of who you think you are subconsciously. Desperate and needy energy is the same thing as not having energy. And it's wanting them so desperately that repels the exact thing that you want. External things do not give us value. We give value to external things. And external things do not control us. We control us. And until you step into the knowing of that, step into the knowing that nothing outside of you is you, you will not be so dependent and so anxious and so needy of these attachments. Especially when it comes to a person, you can really surround your whole life around this person and make your whole mood dependent on this person. And so what you can really do to kind of help you refocus your energy back on you is to, one, refocus back on you, but two, to find something to do. Find something that fulfills you, something that doesn't involve them. And you need to ask yourself, what do you get from this person that you feel like you can't get from yourself? And then you need to find ways to give that feeling to yourself, because you can, because nothing really gives us feelings except for us. And it goes the same way with asking yourself, why do you feel like you need this person? And then you gotta find the needs that you feel like they fulfill and then fulfill it yourself. But 9 times out of 10, it's you feel like you're not worthy. You don't know your own worth. And so you're relying on these external things to boost your ego, to boost your identity, and attaching yourself to that emotional experience that they give you. If you have any questions, you could comment it down below. I'm open for any discussions. I don't mind at all. And I love talking with you guys. So go ahead and comment or just say hi. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. If you have any other topics you want me to talk about, or if you're struggling with something that you might want me to make a video about, also feel free to leave that in the comments as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because on this channel we're continuing to evolve. So if you want to evolve too, come join the journey and we'll evolve together. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in again, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace and love, y'all.